This video is aimed at airports who are interested in joining the StreamThru Airport Network as a way of sharing a common class-leading mobile application that will help you to reach more of your customers, to drive greater revenues, yet still leaving you in control of your brand and content. We're going to look at four things in this demonstration. We'll have a look at how StreamThru can help you to create new revenue touchpoints with your customers. Secondly, we'll have a look at how easy it is to set up and maintain an airport guide within StreamThru. Thirdly, we'll have a look at how you set up and maintain your brand within StreamThru. And finally, we'll have a look at how you can communicate with your passengers using StreamThru during times of disruption. Now, when passengers add trips into StreamThru from your airport, it's your brand that they see. So as we go into a trip, you get a splash screen which creates a transition between the StreamThru brand and your brand. So it creates an element of trust from the customer, that they know the information they're seeing comes from your airport and is something that they can actually trust and rely on. So that includes the flight information that we're seeing here and other information that's available to the customer as well. Now, the particular trip we're looking at here isn't due to depart for another 4 or 5 days. And all the information that we see by default on this page is actually driven by rules based on the knowledge of the customer's trip. So one of the things that we're being offered on here, because it's 4 or 5 days before the trip, is the ability to book parking. So this is an example of a promotion within StreamThru, and it's one of the ways in which we can help you to generate revenue through mobile. So you'll notice that we've got a promotion for parking at Bristol Airport, and because we know how long the customer's actually travelling for, then we can give them a price for parking on that trip. So we're using dynamic pricing here to tell them the minimum price for parking is £38.99. We also have product selection, where we can give them a list of all available parking at the airport. And then when they pick a particular product they're interested in, we then go through to fulfillment, where we've got some more information about the product and the ability to actually to book that particular car park. In this instance, using a click to call as the fulfillment channel. Now, you can imagine that other stages of the trip, for example on departure day, we could be looking at different types of promotion. So on departure day, I could be offering a foreign currency offer from one of your bureaux de change to international travellers. Or it could be one of your retailers offering a discount to particular groups of passengers, perhaps based on their route or the time of day or whatever else it happens to be. So the other thing that we have in here, if you like, is the airport guide as well. So here we're looking at the airport guide for Bristol, who are one of the StreamThru Airport Network partners. And the airport guide that you're looking at here was actually being managed by the team at Bristol. So for example, we can see they've added some information in here about their travel rewards program, which any customer flying from Bristol can read about. They've also put some information around their terminal guide. As part of that, we've got some maps in there as well. So if we want to have a look, for example, at a map of the ground floor of Bristol Airport, we can see that in there, and we've got the ability to basically pinch to pan and zoom that particular image to find out whatever information we want to really help us find our way around the airport. Okay, so that airport guide there, the way it was set up using categories, all the content is controlled by the airport, in this case Bristol. So what I'd like to do really is just have a look at how easy it is to actually manage that airport guide. So the way we're going to do that for the rest of the demonstration, I've actually set up a demonstration airport. It's based around London Gatwick, but purely for demonstration purposes. And we're going to have a look here at a flight that I've set up from Gatwick. And we'll have a look at the current airport guide in there and maybe some changes we'd like to make to that. So we can see that this flight from Gatwick actually is due to depart today. So the information that's available to me, remember the rules I talked about before, is slightly different. So here we've got some traffic reports. Because I'm travelling today, that's relevant information to me. It's not offering me to sell me parking at this point because it's probably too late. So if we're going to have a look at the airport guide for Gatwick, and we can see here basically we've got some categories set up, which all would be controlled by the airport, so this is just a demonstration at this point. And we've got some information about the shops and the cafes and restaurants at the airport. And if we go down and look at eating and drinking, and then bars and cafes, we can see there are a number of cafes, in this case at the North Terminal at Gatwick, where my flight's departing from. Now one of those is a Costa Coffee, which is located in the public area of the airport. And we can see we've got some information there about Costa Coffee. But as the airport, imagine if I wanted to make this a little bit more exciting, perhaps put an image in there to make the page look more appealing. And perhaps also I'd like to specify some opening hours as well for Costa Coffee, just to help people to determine, is it worth me actually going to that particular facility. So how do we do that? Well, if we come out the StreamThru application, we provide all of our StreamThru Airport Network partners with web-based access to manage both the look and feel of their airport, both the look and feel of their application, and also to manage their airport guide as well. So if we just log in here as the demonstration user for Gatwick, I have a number of facilities available to me. So I have the ability to create and manage customer service messages, which we'll look at in a little while. I have the ability to control the look and feel of the micro app, which is the name we give to the airport's brand, as seen by customers when they're flying from your airport. And we've also got the ability to manage the airport guide as well. So let's go and have a look at the airport guide. Now, airport guides are defined for individual terminals. So in this case, I know we're interested in changing one of the amenities at the North Terminal at Gatwick. And then here we can see the way the airport guide's been structured into categories. And I can add new categories, I can delete categories, I can edit categories. So as the airport, I have full control over the way in which my airport guide is structured and appears to customers. So if we go and open up the shopping, eating and drinking categories and have a look down at the bars and cafes, we can see that we've got an entry for Costa Coffee in the public area. And what I'm going to do here is just going to go and edit that entry. I can change the description if I wanted to, but all I'm going to do here, I'm going to set some opening hours. I'll say I know this one facility is open 24 hours a day, and I can put a German translation in there as well. So StreamThru is already a multi-language product. And I'm going to add an image. So we have an image library within StreamThru for each airport. And here we've just got the one image preloaded, which is a Costa logo. So I've just associated this logo with this particular information about this particular airport. So I'm going to save that. I'm just going to come out of the airport guide editor for the moment. I'm going to go back to the StreamThru application. I'm going to go back into the trip from Gatwick to Dallas. And again, I'm just going to go back into the airport guide. And we'll go and find the entry for Costa Coffee, again, that we looked at before. So there's Costa Coffee in the public area. And now we see the logo that we've just added has appeared in there. And the opening hours have appeared at the bottom as well. So hopefully you can see it really is very easy to actually to change, to edit, to enhance your airport guide. So one of the other things I might want to do is actually change the colour scheme as well, change my branding information. So when we hover over something in here, for example over the weather, you can see that it actually appears yellow, the highlight text in there. Okay. Well, just for an example, what if I wanted that text to be red rather than yellow? How do I actually make that change? Well, again, if we go back to the StreamThru Airport Network management portal, we've actually got our micro app design, which is where we control the look and feel of the application as seen by the users. So we've got a couple of areas here where we can see what it looks like currently. And we can see here that what I want to change is the table cell standout colour. So down the bottom here we can define all the colours that are used to create our brand. And here's this table cell highlight, and it's the emphasis colour I want to change. I'm just simply for now going to change that so it's red. You see the colour changes there. We can preview that, and you can see now it's actually appearing in red. So let's save that information. The next stage, I could also choose to change the arrows and buttons that are used in the application, the colours used for those, or I could upload my own custom buttons should I wish to. And finally, I can control things like the splash screen image that's used and the logos that are used within there as well. Okay, so we've saved our changes. If we go back into the StreamThru app, and we go back into our trip from Gatwick Airport, now when we look at the weather, for example, or hover over one of the options available to us, the highlighted text is now appearing in red. So again, you see it's actually very quick, very easy to make changes to your brand within the StreamThru Airport Network. So the final part of the demonstration is we want to look at is, well, what happens during times of disruption? How can StreamThru help us to communicate urgent messages to our passengers? And quite often when there's disruption and you see people interviewed on the TV or whatever it happens to be, their complaint is always, we're not being kept informed. Well, StreamThru can help you to keep people informed as part of your disruption management communication strategy. And what we can do here is we can create new messages to our customers. So for example, if we know there's going to be snow, we're expecting snow and that's going to cause some disruption, we can add that in as a message for our customers. And we can choose to display that information to customers in a number of ways. So would we like it to appear in the mobile application? Yes, we would. What sort of priority is it? So let's say it's a warning message. And when would we like to display that message to our customers? So the default is from midnight last night until midnight tomorrow night, also midnight tonight. And we can change that if we want to, but we'll just accept that for now. And we can also choose, as well as displaying the information on the mobile phone application, do we actually want to proactively notify our customers? So either sending an SMS message or sending a push notification to Apple iPhone users. In this particular case, we're just going to display it within the mobile phone application. So we've set up our message, we've chosen when we want to display it, now we need to choose who will receive it. So in this case, I'm going to send the message to passengers departing for 2 specific airports. Now you'll note that the default is, I'm acting here in demonstration capacity as Gatwick Airport, and passengers must be flying from my airport, so I can't send messages to people from other airports. And I can specify where they're flying to. So here I'm just going to send it to passengers on the who are flying to Dallas-Fort Worth, so it would capture the flight that I'd registered earlier as well. And on what days do we want the message to be valid? So again, I'm going to send it to people flying between midnight last night and midnight tonight. So people basically flying on the 16th of December. Okay, so that's effectively set up the basic message there. So we can see the message that's going to be sent, its priority, when it's valid, who it's going to be sent to. I can add translations as well, so for non-English speaking StreamThru users we could add French, German, Italian, Spanish translations if we so desired. For now I'm just going to stick with the English version. And the final thing we just need to do is to switch the message to active. So if I activate the message, change to green, it's now an active message. And if we go back to the StreamThru application, so the message we've just created is now appearing to me within StreamThru. And I can basically see the warning in this case about the snowstorms. And as I'm in this case in the iPhone environment, I could save that message if I wanted to come back and review it later. So hopefully we've seen in this short demonstration today the 4 key things that I wanted to show you earlier. So we've shown how StreamThru can help create new revenue touchpoints with your customers, shown you hopefully how easy it is to set up and manage an airport guide, and equally how easy it is to set up and manage the brand that your customers will see when they add trips from your airport. And finally, I've shown you how we can use StreamThru to create disruption management messages to target groups of passengers with.